Hi guys, hi. Welcome to our channel. It's me again, Muholeza Rukumeta. I'm back with another video. I haven't done this for the past few days now, but yeah, thank you so much guys for your comments. We finally, our first video ever reaching 1,000 views, and we appreciate for you guys engaging with our channel. So, yeah, I'm back again with another episode. I'm gonna just talk three about. I'm gonna talk about maybe three or four subjects. And the first one, I wanted to go back to the Home Affairs and SIU raiding one of the Refugee Reception Center in Pretoria. And I know all of you have seen how the SIU went into those offices and confiscated all the documents and cell phone that the officials were using. And those things were collected for investigation purposes. And the investigation, I'm sure, is underway as we speak. And the whole idea is to try to track down people who are engaging in corruptions and criminal activity in the system of obtaining documentations. We're talking about asylum seeker documentations. We're talking about refugee documentations. We're talking about other visas that may be obtainable illegally without going through the legal channels of the Department of Home Affairs. And there's a clear message that the Minister of Home Affairs have sent during that raiding of that office. And he made it clear to say that, guys, and this message, I'm passing this message as an advice to fellow migrants, fellow refugees, and asylum seekers, to say that the minister has made it clear that these documents are provided to you guys free of charge, and you do not need to pay a cent for any of these documents. And therefore, if you are being asked to pay any money for such documents, you shouldn't do that because it's not allowed. So, people should not engage in those activities of paying the officials for such documentation, regardless of the circumstances. So please remember that. And here are the consequences of doing that. If you are found, because now those documentations that were confiscated from the offices in the refugee reception center in Pretoria, and those cell phones which were confiscated from the officials are going to be checked. They are going to be investigated. And the minister has made it clear that after the investigation, they're going to track down the information they're going to recover from that documents they confiscated and those cell phone is going to lead them to take further actions. And if they find that within that information, they link to you as a recipient of fraudulent documents, there's only one option for you, and that is deportation, because you have been involved in criminal activity. I know, and as I've said before, and I've given the example of one of the friends of mine who found herself without bank account because it was blocked due to her paperwork being expired, and after tempting several times to try to renew it, but it couldn't be done because of the processes, whether online or physical. It was just a blockage to get your paperwork renewed, especially in the Pretoria and Gauteng province. So those blockades were just there to push people to go through the illegal ways of getting the documentation. And hence, I think the minister has heard that voice. He has realized that people really are not getting this documentation. And as he said himself, they got a whistleblower who went to them and told them about this story. Hence, they decided to go and raid this office because of such high criminal activity involving asylum seekers, refugees getting those documents illegally. So if you are one of the people that has gotten such documents illegally through corruption, there is a possibility that the information collected and the cell phone collected from the officials is going to link back to you as a person, as a recipient of such fraudulent documents. And as a result of such, you are likely to be deported. So, my message to you, while this investigation is still going on, I think you can do yourself a favor and start, if you know that you got a document through illegal ways of fraudulent or corruption, it is time for you to start considering contacting the legal people, the lawyers. So if you don't have a personal lawyer, you can contact the human rights lawyers that provide legal counseling for free for everyone. So start doing that while you can, while you're still outside, before even this investigation concludes, so that by the time it concludes, you are already prepared and you already have measures in place, because the minister has said that people will be deported. I'm not sure about the legality about that statement, whether it's just as easy as that. As soon as you are found that you are linked to this activity, immediately you can be deported. I don't know what does the legal framework says about that. So that is why I'm saying that rather contact your lawyers as soon as you can before you are locked in the prison and waiting for deportation, because once you are in, you don't have much options, and people are busy in this country, as you know. It's hard for people to leave their activities, their daily activities, and start going up and down looking for lawyers for you and so forth. So rather start gathering your your information and gathering all what you need before the investigation by the SIU is completed. And then by the time it's completed, you'll be having everything ready either to fight back. The lawyers will actually advise you on what rights you have regarding the situation that you are facing. So, guys, that's one advice that I want to give you. Start doing that as soon as you can, so that you are on a safe way before you are deported. And please, I'm not saying that you have done well. I'm not saying that you should you did well because you had no other options. What I'm saying is that there's nothing that justifies criminality. There's nothing that says that. For instance, I want to give an example. Yesterday I was driving. I was fetching a car. I was driving my friend's car, and my friends was driving the car that we were fetching. And then so I put the car I was driving on hazards, because the car that my friend was driving was not mechanically fit. So I had to be a shield. I have to drive behind him and try to protect him while he's driving in front of me. So I was driving a fast lane, and this my friend's car is the first time I'm driving it, and the seats, I'm short. The seats were a bit back, so I was a bit struggling because I was not reaching the clutch properly. So as I was putting the hazard lights, and my friend was in front of me, I arrived at the robot. The robot closed, and then he went further, so he drove faster than me, and he was far away from me. Then the police came, and they stopped me. So it was actually a Sunday, so it's a quiet day, Sunday. And the police saw me driving on a fast lane and the hazard on, and they were like, "What's going on?" So they stopped me, and they asked me, "How are you, my friend?" I'm fine. I said, "I'm fine." Okay, they said, "Where are you going? Where do you work?" So my friend does electrical stuff. So he had bags of electrical uh, 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 tools in the car. So they were asking me, where do you work? What do you do? Where are you going? I said, no, I'm driving my friend's car. My friend is driving at the front. We just we're collecting a car. So I'm putting the hazard lights because I was shielding him because he's in front and the car is not mechanically fit. So we're just taking the car for fixing and stuff. Said, okay, can I see your license? I took off my license. I showed them, and they were like, okay, where are you from? I've told them, and where do you work? I've told them. Like, oh, okay, it's fine. And they were like, oh no, we thought you saw us that we are thirsty and we're gonna give us a drink. So and I said, no, I don't have a drink. I don't have money on me, and and I said, okay, that's fine. You can drive away. So that is how. Now my question to me would be now, if I had given them the money, was that a corruption? Was that a criminal activity? Was that trying to 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 participate in a criminal activity, something like so? The point I'm trying to make here is to say, guys, there's nothing that just justify a criminal activity. Bribing is a criminal activity. So if you know that this service is offered freely, do not get tempted because of the circumstances and go for it. Rather, have an expired certificate or permit and have records and proof of you either applying online or going to the Home Affairs office physically and take anything, take pictures of you or a selfie of you being in the office the first day. The picture of these days, they record even the date on which you take a picture. You can go to the office and take a picture selfie on at the Home Affairs office and say I was here, and show, take a video or take anything that can prove, that can show that you were there. So that if you're carrying that expired permit and you are taken, that why do you have an expired permit? You tell them, no, I've been going to the Home Affairs office to renew, but I couldn't get my document renewed because of this and that is happening at Home Affairs. Either the system is down or this or that. Or and therefore I've been going there. If they try to say that, hey, why would you have an expired document? You just tell them, no, I've been going to Home Affairs. You can see this is the evidence. This is the official working there. This is I've been there for this long. I've gone 2, 3, 4 times, but it has not been renewed. I've applied online. Here's my email address. You can print out the copies of you sending the emails to the Home Affairs email account and show them. So that even a court of law, it gives you strength. It gives you more power to prove that there's nothing that the Home Affairs can do about you or wanting to deport you because of the expired document, because you've been going there and you have not been getting your document renewed. So there you have a solid evidence to prove your innocence against such cases. So that's one point that I wanted to raise in this video. The other point that I want to touch on is what also the Home Affairs Office minister has said regarding people. He was speaking about this on the same day the raiding of the Home Affairs the refugee reception offices were being raided in Pretoria. And he said he doesn't understand why people choose to come in or to enter the country illegally when there are three documents that are available to them free of charge without anything to pay. And there's no excuse for illegality when such options are there and they protect you under the international law. And he was speaking like this, and I'm talking to these people who are probably thinking of coming to South Africa, or they are already at the border or wherever. And I'm not saying this because I am asking people to come to South Africa. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that to those who might be thinking of coming to SA, and the emphasizer must put here that if we have a lot of people not getting documentation in South Africa, one of the other issues that people try to come to SA and lie about their circumstances. So, and these people who are working in these Home Affairs office are not stupid. These guys are educated. You can ask me. I've been with them. I've gone through all these processes. These guys, most of them are educated. They understand the system. They know the story. They know what's happening where you come from. They know what happened yesterday and what happened before yesterday. So they know their story. You don't want to come to them and tell them ABC when they know that that ABC did not happen. So if you come to, make sure that you are a genuine asylum, that you are and your claim must be valid. So if you come with an invalid claim, then that is when you find that people are keep queuing and queuing every day without progressing from one step to the next, because the claim is not genuine, is not valid, and because of the investigation that has to continue, Home Affairs sometimes takes time to find the correct pattern about your claim and your story. Yes, Home Affairs is not perfect. Some of the delays are really very, very much extended, but also we need to understand that if you come with a false information, a false claim, they will detect it, they will catch you, and hence you're gonna go through these delays. And hence, as the Home Affairs Minister was saying, because of the appeal system in South Africa, you can appeal any judgment that is done by the Home Affairs forever and ever, and hence now keep extending the delays and extending the backlog, and that's where we are in South Africa. But what he was saying, the minister, is that if you are coming to SA and you know that you have a genuine claim, as soon as you arrive at the border, there's no need for you to jump the fences. There's no need for you to try and pass through illegal channels or bribing and so forth. As soon as you arrive at the border, you have the right to claim and the asylum to the immigration officers. You just present yourself at the border and tell them that I am seeking asylum in South Africa. Those guys will provide you with a Section 23 document. That document makes you to be legally in South Africa and protected, and no police, no law enforcement is going to kick you out of the country or put you to prison. You just show them the document and they will leave you and you can walk free. However, that document is only valid for 5 days. So, your next step is to make sure that within those 5 days, you reach out to the nearest refugee reception center so that you can register your claim, and there they will give you Section 22 permit. So that Section 22 permit is valid for 3 to 6 months. So during that period, they are now assessing your claim, they are finding information about your claim, and they are investigating your claim. It is after they finally found the information they need and evidence of everything you've said that they will now decide whether you are a refugee or you are not a refugee. I know the minister has said it so simply and easy, but that alone, the process of being going through the asylum process, it can take years. Some people, they've been here for 10, 15, 5 years, they still under the same process. That's another case that we can discuss next time, but that's the document you get for that 3, 6 months, or even 12 months. So you keep renewing while the investigation goes on and goes on. All right. Once you pass that stage, that's when now you are given Section 24. That now recognizes you as a refugee. But if you did not pass that Section 22 investigation, which means your claim has been found as not true, then they'll definitely tell you, and that's where now they can deport you, or you can still appeal that judgment of the officials and go through the appeal process. That's another process you go through, and can go and go and go until they found a proper decision about your case. But if you pass through the section 22, then you get section 24, which now takes you, and you become a refugee, and therefore you become protected under the international law that is for the United Nations. And the rest, you can now live in South Africa peacefully without any problem. You can access some of the social services, including study and work. But that's again, until now, we still have those rights, but we don't know for how long. With the new legislation, we don't know what is going to come through that. We still also have to continue with that document in the near future. So yeah, basically that's what I wanted to address. So after this video, I'm coming with the next video that I'm gonna now talk as we move forward into this with this channel. I'm gonna talk now about how, when we arrive in South Africa, what do we do? How do we start life? All right, and how do we move from being the way we came, to some of us being successful, and some of us struggling, and some of us living a basic life? And how can our experience also help inspire others, including other migrants, and even our fellow and brothers and sisters, South Africans? Because the struggle is one. As Africans, we all have a similar struggle, and that is poverty, inequality, education, and all that form part of our story, regardless of where you come from in Africa. So, if I can share how I moved when I came to South Africa in 2006, how I moved from step to step to where I am today. Look, I'm not rich, I have not made it yet, I'm not successful yet, but am I still the way I was in 2006? No. Am I better than what I was in 2006? Yes. Have I made it? No. Am I still struggling? Of course, yes. Is it the same as I was? Of course, no. You know, am I still hustling? Of course, yes. So, those are the things that we have to can share and see how we can try to teach each other. And I look forward to that video, and I hope we can share those kind of things together and see how we can match. And perhaps you can also guide me. Perhaps what you're gonna tell me will help me improve myself. What I'm gonna tell you is gonna help you improve yourself, rather than fighting and arguing and pushing each other. So you guys can contact us. We are working on our contacts, but we have a Gmail account. It's South Migrants. No. It's Migrant South at gmail.com. We're going to type that on our screen. Migrant South at gmail.com. You can email us wherever you want to email us. You can email us, and we can respond that as soon as possible. We're going to have our contact number. We'll put that when that becomes available. We're also going to create an account on Instagram, and not sure about TikTok. I'm old now. I'm not sure about TikTok, but I'm familiar with Instagram. Not sure about X. I don't have that one yet, but I don't know if we need to create that account. We'll see. But for now, we are on Facebook, and we are also here on YouTube. So you can follow us on both channels, and you can contact us on that Gmail account at migrantsouth at gmail.com. That will write it here on our screen. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you watching our video. We appreciate your comments. If you have any advice for us, please comment below and we'll read it and get back to you as soon as we can. Cheers, thank you. I appreciate. Bye.